Graham here, living the dream on Tuesday the 16th of July 2024, and I'm standing outside the Kona Dive Shop here in Kona, Hawaii, funny enough, which is owned by our friends that we're staying with here on the Big Island. So in the last episode you followed Fiona and I on the first half of our adventure here on, funny enough, the Big Island, and in this episode we're going to try and find content to share with you on the second half of our visit here to the Big Island in Hawaii. I've got no idea what this episode is going to bring you at this stage, so if you continue watching you can follow Fiona and I as we enjoy part 2 of our Big Island adventure. Hi, I'm Graham and this is my wife Fiona, and we have always had a work hard, play hard philosophy. From London to New York and of course the Caribbean, we live our dream through travel. And of course, the odd cocktail. And here on YouTube, we create our memories while living our dream. So come and join us as we share our memories with you. Tuesday was a very quiet day and we just hung around Kona. Fiona wanted to buy some presents for the kids, so that's exactly what we did. And while Fiona and Kerry were checking out the stalls at this open air market, Simon and I just wandered around. And thank goodness we didn't spend too long at the market, because we're now en route for some lunch. And as you can see, the after effects from that South Pacific storm were still pounding the west coast of the Big Island. This, guys, is sort of the main beachfront in the town of Kona itself. So while Fiona shopped, I stood there watching some of the cars getting a drenching as the sea came over the wall. But to be completely honest, guys, there wasn't much else to show you from our Tuesday here in the Big Island. So I'm going to go straight to the evening and share some photographs that we took at the Fairmont Orchard, where we had a really nice meal out on Tuesday night. I've got quite a bit more content to share with you from Wednesday of our week here on the Big Island, which for me started with a walk on the beach just after 5:30 a.m. because when Simon is here on the Big Island, he likes to walk one of his dogs here on the beach every morning around the same time. And you certainly can't blame Simon for this daily habit, because if I lived on a tropical island in the middle of the Pacific like the Big Island, I would do exactly the same. Right now, Simon and I have made our way down to the end of the runway at Kona Airport, and as I pan round here very shortly, you're going to see one of the brand new Boeing 777Xs with its distinctive winglets folded up. And Simon was telling me that this Boeing 777X has been here in Kona for a while as part of its flight testing program, and I think this brand new aircraft type is due to enter into service with either Emirates or Qatar sometime in late 25, early 26. Turning hard. And that, guys, was the early morning UPS 747-400 freighter bound for Ontario, California. This aircraft flies in from Sydney every night and then heads out first thing in the morning around the same time to Ontario. the sun rising above the volcano, Simon and I started to head back to the car. We are going to be back on this beach tomorrow night, being Thursday night, where I do attempt a sunset time lapse. So bear with this episode, guys, because after this walk on the beach, Simon, Fiona and I headed for the Volcano National Park. From memory, it was approximately an hour and a half from Simon and Kerry's place in the suburbs of Kona to Volcano National Park. And as you will see from these next clips, the journey around the south of the island was stunning. And here we are at South Point, also known as Calais. And as you've probably assumed, it's the most southerly point on the Big Island, and that also means it's the most southerly point in the United States. You may of course want to try and argue that this is not the most southerly part of the United States, because places in Micronesia like Guam would be. But of course, places like Micronesia and Puerto Rico are currently not part of the 50 states that make up the USA. So the argument that South Point on the Big Island in Hawaii is the most southerly part of the United States rings true, because of course Hawaii is the 50th state. Of course, being on any of the Hawaiian Islands, you're never that far from the Pacific Ocean. And pretty well during every twist and turn on our journey south here on the Big Island, a new view of the ocean came into sight. And as we continued our journey south towards the Volcano National Park, we stopped at the Pinalu Black Sand Beach. And I know, I've just butchered that, guys. Interesting thing is, guys, that behind these trees is an old abandoned resort. Right, guys, we're going to jump straight to the Volcano National Park. And right now we're walking in the direction of the Hawaii Volcanoes Village Lodge, which, as you'll see shortly, overlooks the volcano. And Simon explained that this fire is continuously kept alight by the volcano, of course. And as you walk out of the back of the hotel, this is the view that you're presented with. I think what blew Fiona's and my mind was the fact that we were looking at a live volcano. And guys, this sums it up, because there are steam spouts like this everywhere, demonstrating Mother Nature at our most powerful. And you can see evidence of this as we take a look at this volcano from another viewing point, where the ranger was telling us that the most recent small eruption was less than 2 weeks before we visited. And as we make our way back to the car park, you can see even more steam rising in the distance. And here we are, walking to another volcano viewing point. Like most government-run parks here in the United States, the Volcanoes National Park was really well designed and extremely well organised. And there are park rangers everywhere, not just for your safety, but also to answer any of your questions. Right, our last stop of the day, before Fiona and I take a look at one of the lava tubes, was to go on a bit of a hike and have a look at the volcano one last time. And if you're wondering, guys, it actually had started to rain. Just a little bit though. And for our last stop of the day here in Volcanoes National Park on the Big Island in Hawaii, Simon decided to stay back in the car and Fiona and I took the decision to go and investigate one of the lava tubes. And this, guys, is the entrance to the lava tube. Right, as we make our way back out of the lava tube and into daylight, we're going to bring Wednesday and our day trip to the volcano to a close. I didn't record any video of our drive back to Kona, and boy did it rain on the way home. Thursday was Fiona's and my last day on the Big Island, and the first place that you would find us in Kona that afternoon was at the Cheeky Tiki for lunch and cocktails. And then with Thursday being our last night, Simon and I popped down to Costco to pick up some pizzas and then driving to the beach to meet up with Fiona, Kerry and some of Kerry's friends, including their family. And if you recognise this beach, guys, you would be 100% correct, because this is where Simon and I took the dog for a walk yesterday morning before we headed to Volcano National Park. It was great to enjoy everyone's company while eating fantastic pizza and drinking great beer. But we were all here to see the sunset from the beach.
I've always admired those who just do.
If yesterday and Thursday had been our last full day on the island, today, Friday, was the day we left the island. The big island that was, and of course, Hawaii. So this morning, Fiona and Kerry went into Kona to do a little shopping, and Simon and I went for a wander round the marina. And this is where Kerry and the Kona Diving Company runs their boat from. So it would be completely remiss of me not to mention the Kona Diving Company. And I will put a link to their website and of course their Facebook page in the description to this episode. And because the berth for Kerry's company was empty, that meant one of our two boats was out on the water. So Simon and I were on a mission to see if we could find it.
Be done. All the good times turn into memories, and the revelry goes on.
And yes guys, we did find Kerry's boat en route to the second dive spot of the morning. And for reference guys, this is the good ship Molokai, one of the two dive boats owned by the Kona Diving Company. And of course hunting for the Molokai was thirsty work. But as all good things come to an end, Fiona and I are back in the Range Rover, sadly in the direction of Kona Airport. And our flight guys from Kona back to LAX on the mainland with Hawaiian Airlines and an Airbus A330 will be the subject of the next episode. So if you don't want to miss that episode, you know what to do guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon to be notified when the episode is published. I do want to take this opportunity to thank Simon and Kerry for hosting Fiona and I on the Big Island this week. And by the time this episode publishes, we'll have hopefully seen Simon, Kerry and their family again as they enjoy the UK during October 2024. And last but not least, as we pull into Kona Airport, I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video.